I think this is the last chance for Halo Infinite. It's looking like the community is basically done with the game, and this winter update is going to be the thing that makes or breaks the title going forward. But with match XP coming and a bunch of quality of life updates, as well as finally adding co-op play and forge mode after a year being out, the question still remains, can 343 turn around Halo Infinite? Hey everybody, I'm LittleBobby here with 59 Gaming Direct, and today we want to go over the Halo Infinite winter update and what it means for the game. But before we do that, we'd like to ask you, if you're new here, hit that like button and subscribe. Make sure to ring that notification bell to stay up to date on all news, reviews, and other content that we bring you here on this channel. And if you don't like this video, make sure you dislike and tell us in the comments why you're disliking the video and what we can do better for next time. But before we do get into that, we're going to roll a little clip from our sponsor, our very own merch store.
Hey guys, Goresh here. Just wanted to give you all a quick update that we are planning on dropping some new merch very soon. Now, it's been a very long time since we've done anything merch related, so for those of you who are interested in potentially grabbing some 5.9 merch, we will be doing some announcements soon. I expect when this video drops, probably following within the next few days, we will have the exact date and time announced somewhere for when the merch will be dropping, but keep your eyes peeled if you're interested. On top of that, Talon and I are planning on doing a live stream. The premise behind the stream is going to be for me and him to both discuss basically us living in Japan, answer questions, stuff like that. So we will let you guys know ahead of time when that's going to be coming out as well, when we're planning on doing that, along with the merch drop. So again, keep your eyes peeled. We'll come back soon with an update. Hope you guys have a good day, and we'll see you all in the next one.
Guys, make sure you do check out that merch. It really means a lot to us to see people representing at 5.9 out there. So let us know if you pick anything up down in the comments below. So Halo Infinite has had a really hard time the past year. The game came out, and to say it was incomplete is kind of being generous. The game felt like a full-on beta for most of the year. I actually recently reinstalled the multiplayer, played it, and just like I remembered, it was still some good fun. And that's one of the things about Halo Infinite that's been kind of so depressing about the whole situation, is that the gameplay itself is incredibly fun. And I even said that in my review, although my review was pretty negative. I said the gameplay, the moment to moment action and things that happen are fun. They just have no purpose in a lot of the game. So one of the biggest things about the new winter update is going to be that the co-op network campaign is finally coming. Again, the local co-op was canceled, even though it was promised by 343 to be in the next Halo back when Halo 5 was out. We did see earlier this year that they announced the cancellation of local co-op, which is a shame because it's always been a staple for the Halo franchise. However, there will be network co-op, and I guess this is okay. Most of us do play online with friends and all that, but like personally, I would have loved to have, just a couple drinks with my brothers and done some dumb local co-op play. That would have been a reason for me to buy like an Xbox Series S, right? Like have some great little local co-op fun with friends and family if they come over, just doing dumb stuff in the sandbox, because the sandbox is all right. It's not groundbreaking or anything, but it's pretty fun. So hopefully we'll still be able to see some of that with network co-op, even though it is, you don't get that personal feeling that you do from couch co-op. Network co-op is still a good time. I play a lot of Destiny. I've played like things like Warframe, and that is still a good time, especially if you can just make dumb fun out of it. And I think the sandbox should allow us to do that in Halo Infinite. Maybe going back for a campaign run again, and maybe I can convince the Platinum Chin to run it with me, or maybe Talon, and we could just see what kind of dumb hijinks we can get into with the playground that 343 made for us. But the lack of couch co-op is, it's not the end of the world. It's just, it would have been something really nice, and like local co-op is always better feeling than network co-op. You can't just lose connection when you're playing with someone, on the couch, right? But while that's not the end of the world, like I said, one of the things that was the end of the world is the progression in PvP. Now, Halo PvP is like world famous for just being crazy fun, and it's always fluid, it's always smooth. And in Halo 3 and moving forward, there are a lot of really great progression systems in the Halo franchise. A lot of people have always talked about how Halo 3 had the best progression system ever, and I agree, it was fantastic. But we wanted to see something like that with Halo Infinite, because Halo Infinite being like a live service meant that, hey, they could always update and add more and more and more into the game as time went on, adding more great customization options and things like that for people to chase after, either by doing this many games at a certain amount of time, or getting very specific types of kills. Like maybe, if you get 15 skewer triple kills or something, you get a cool helmet or something like that. Just that kind of cool stuff that keeps us invested. But The way it's been working is that you have to buy into the battle pass. There's not really anything that's tied into like playing the game. It's like doing the battle pass, leveling the battle pass. And we just had a video not too long about battle passes and how we kind of feel like they're really problematic. So make sure you click that link in the top right to hear Talon's thoughts on that, because that was a pretty good video. I really enjoyed it myself. But one of the biggest things is that all the XP in the battle pass has been based off of specific challenges. So it's like you have to play big team battle, you have to play a mode that you don't particularly care for, and that's not really fun. They had a kind of band-aid patch for this where they added, I think it's like 7 matches a day you get experience for, and they coded it as a challenge, and then after that you don't. So this was a huge bummer when I actually logged in a couple weeks ago to play Halo Infinite again. Me and my friend played a bunch of games, and after a certain amount of games I just stopped getting challenges for playing games. So that meant no more progression just because I was playing with my friend, and I didn't want to buy the battle pass because I don't really want to support Halo Season 2 because I don't feel like it's too great. But because of that, I ended up not getting any progression after like that 7th game, I think. And we played a few more games and I was still stuck on Battle Pass level 1. I hadn't even crossed into level 2 after we had a bunch of games. I think we lost 1 out of all the games we played. We played great together. It felt really cool. And it just felt like my time was completely wasted after that. So with this match XP thing, I think this is going to be a huge boon for people who just want to play Halo. Like, I am fine with just playing Halo, getting some XP and getting some progression. Like, I don't want to have to do a specific game mode or whatever to do that, because that's not fun for me. I like to just play like Slayer or whatever, like quick play is there. I don't want to have to play specific like big team battle or whatever other game mode that they feel like making me play just to get progression that week. I don't think that's fun. Hell, right now in Overwatch 2, I personally put in more time in Overwatch 2 than I did in Overwatch 1, and I played nothing but unranked and arcade. I don't play competitive. I just don't really care for it. It just stresses me out. I'd rather just do dumb stuff, have fun in quick play, try out new heroes, try new dumb things with heroes, and see what I can come up with. And to me, that's the fun of the game. But I don't like being forced to play modes that I don't like, and a lot of people feel like that. So this match XP thing could be a huge boon if they actually make it so that, hey, every game you're getting a certain amount, plus if you do better, you're getting a certain amount, which is what we saw in the winter update presentation that was released a few days ago. You know, it kind of showed 50 XP for, you know, being MVP, 50 XP for top 50% of the lobby, things like that. Those are great touches, and I'm hoping that can get some people back playing somewhat regularly, because man, the player base is pretty dead. It took a while to find any games that we wanted to play, even in just a general quick play match pool. So I'm hoping that we can see that turn around. And speaking of turnarounds, the one thing that I think they could really turn around this whole thing is Forge and people's creativity. Forge missing from Halo is one of the biggest crimes of releasing Halo Infinite last year when they did. Forge mode is awesome. It is great, and this Forge mode looks incredible. The scaling thing alone makes it look like it's going to be so promising, and if they can get people to actually come back and try it, I think the community is going to see a lot of huge types of game modes, maps, and different things that they're going to be able to play around and experiment with, and then hopefully 343 is going to be able to put them in the rotation. I think they used to do that, if I'm not mistaken, if my memory serves correct. They used to take like favorite game modes and maybe put them in the rotation for a while. And if not, they should definitely do that, because that shows people, hey, if you create something that enough people catch on to and they love, they'll put this in the game. You will be in Halo Infinite, your creation, and that creates more opportunities for the community to interact not only with 343 but with each other, and it shows that 343 really is paying attention to the stuff the community likes. I honestly do feel like if they nail the Forge mode, and if people catch on to how good it is and how much it offers, if it offers basically half of what they're saying it offers, I think that this Forge mode is going to be one of the greatest things on the market, and I'm really pulling for it, because Halo has not had a win since 343 took over. But the fact that they're straight up saying, we're basically giving you the full dev tools to use to create modes and maps and things like that, I am really hoping that people can make some cool stuff, because that would bring back the life to Infinite, and especially within the community that has been lost in the past year. Now, all this stuff so far has been kind of the positives of what's coming up, right? We want match XP, we want like progression to mean something, and we want to just be rewarded for playing the game, because that's what games should do. They should just reward you. If they're going to have a progression system, reward you for playing the game. But there is something I do want to address, because this does not look super hype, in my opinion. 343 will be giving a free battle pass away with the winter update. It is a 30 level battle pass. Hopefully you can get through that pretty quickly, but showing off the battle pass like they did a few days ago, it did not look any better at all. I want to say that very clearly. They had some old like reach style armors in there, and that's cool, but like if you notice, there are multiple times, or at least I noticed this, there were multiple times in the thing where it's like left shoulder pad, right shoulder pad. It's like, that is so cheap, and it feels like it's just filler. It's like left knee, right knee, and I get it, you want to have those options of presenting, like maybe you have one shoulder pad with the big square pad on it and one with the knife on it, right? The kukri machete kind of thing. You want one on each side, but at the same time, it's like, just let us switch those sides and make that one thing. Shoulder pads are one kind of unlock, and then put something else in there. And the other thing is we're seeing like colors in there again, and visors, and that's one of the things about Halo that just feels gross in terms of their battle pass. It's like these things should be combined, right? If you have the helmet, all the parts in the helmet should be adjustable, right? Like the face mask, the helmet itself, and then the visor. All of those things should be like be able to be adjusted and mixed and matched regardless, but you shouldn't have to like unlock each individual part. And I assume that's something going on with the slip space engine, that they need to have those separated like that in order to change them. But they need to figure out a way to make those like either stack them so both of them unlock at the same time, and put something else in another slot that feels like more worth it. It's kind of the same thing with the Overwatch Battle Pass, where the Overwatch Battle Pass is just like a ton of voice lines and then like highlight intros and things like that. There's very few emotes and very few like good skins in there. And I'm not saying you have to give a skin or a color or like really premium stuff like every level, but like every 5 maybe give something that feels like it's a worthwhile cosmetic, instead of a tiny part of this big set of armor that no one's really going to be noticing or looking at. Like I've never looked and been like, hey man, that face mask, that like mask filter thing that guy's wearing is cool. Like I don't look at that, and I don't think anybody does. And they know that. They're just putting it in there to fill space because they have nothing better to put in there. And that is kind of a travesty, because a lot of this stuff really does sound so promising that I'm hoping Halo does make something of a comeback. I really wanted Infinite to succeed. You know, the campaign, it was not for me. I found it was really boring. I felt like they could have done more with the open world, but the PvP is still fun minute to minute, right? But the actual progression, the long term, like I don't feel invested. I have no reason to care. And like a shoulder pad is not going to make me care. 343, like give me cool weapon wraps, give me cool like full color palettes that I can swap, things like that. The color palettes, instead of being just like slate and then purple, like they got to be animated. They got to have like different things. You should be able to like mix and match, right? Once you've earned certain colors, especially because the way the color system works in Halo Infinite. I don't think that this battle pass, even though it's free, it is free for all players, which is, you know, commend them for that. I don't think it's going to be exciting enough to get people to want to invest in it, which is again why I'm really hoping that Forge keeps people interested, because Forge can do that even without a progression. If there's just so many different types of games to play, so many new insane maps that people make, that I think is going to be the saving grace of this Halo update, and I'm really pulling for it. It does come out the day before God of War, so I won't be playing it too much after God of War comes out. And then Pokemon comes out, which, you know, if you guys know me, I'm a huge Pokemon fan, and that's like what my personal YouTube channel is built off of. So I'll be busy with that, but I'm going to try and get in and check out what the community is making in Forge, because that has left me so excited, especially when I saw like the pictures of the person who made Andy's room from Toy Story. I was like, if you can make stuff like that in Forge, that is going to be rad. So what do you guys think? Are you guys hoping like me that Halo can pull up from this nosedive, or you think it's going to be the end regardless of all these improvements to like match XP and quality of life stuff that they're putting out with this winter update. Let us know down in the comments below. We would really love to hear from you about this. We're wondering how many people are still out there playing Halo Infinite in late 2022. But again, I'm LittleBobby here. This has been 5-9 Gaming Direct. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Dislike if you didn't. Let us know why down in the comments. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, and thanks again. We hope to see you soon.